Welcome back, Team Bodyfire. Now, one of the features of my website, www.jhbodyfire.com, is that I like to try out different training equipment, different training apparel, supplements, obviously if they're tested, so I can use them or get people in my team to test them out. Now, one thing I've been using for a really long time and I absolutely love is the Vibram FiveFinger shoe. Now, these aren't the actual ones I wear, evidently, otherwise they wouldn't fit, but I'm joined by the king of Vibram today, Matt Walden. You're going to tell us a little bit about the FiveFingers and why people need to try them.
Sure. Okay. So the FiveFingers are a minimalist shoe. They're one of the first so-called barefoot shoes, which came to market back in 2007, and essentially have been adopted by the strength conditioning markets, by the running markets, and in general, great all-round shoe for training.
Is there anything that you shouldn't do in these, really?
Obviously. There's certain sports that you wouldn't play in them quite clearly. You wouldn't play a rugby match in them, that kind of thing. And also, it's quite important, I think, to transition into them relatively gradually, especially for someone who's not super conditioned, or indeed someone who's doing very heavy loading. And what I mean by that is maybe lifting very heavy loads or running for long duration, that kind of thing. If you're a longer distance runner or got high performance demands in the gym, you want to take it fairly gradually.
Yeah, because that is the big thing, is that I think for the functional work and stuff, it's fine.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when I squat, I used to do it barefoot.
Yes.
I like weight shoes as well, don't get me wrong. I think the message that I've always said about Bodyfire and what we do here and working with companies like Vibram is that there's no one miracle solution out there. It's different tools for different jobs and people have to get used to it. I like my weight shoes if I'm doing some real heavy Olympic lifting, power lifting, want that raised heel, that kind of work. Yeah. But on the whole, if I'm going to squat and work, Vibram are key, because again, that transition is made really simple. And obviously you touched on the FiveFingers. Why the reason they've got the toe spread is for the
feedback.
The feedback in the toes.
Yeah, exactly. So, the toes themselves, actually, when you look at the way the bones all sort of link in through the foot, 23 of the 26 bones actually relate to toe function. So, if you're moving slightly outwards, then it will lift up the little toes. If you're moving slightly inwards, it will lift up the big toe. So all of that kind of movement is registered by your nervous system. So if you're picking up a heavy bar and you're sliding out slightly to the side, you'll pick that up first from the foot and it will feed straight back into the nervous system. That's why, for quite a while, strength conditioning coaches have recommended barefoot, if you can, to get your technique optimized. But one thing I would say is that, as you mentioned, obviously lifting shoes have that heel on them, which can help you to get deeper in your squats and so on. But there's that specificity side where, of course, a rugby boot or football boot, a lot of the shoes, particularly in field sports, are basically without a heel. So if you want that transfer to the sport, it is probably better to train barefoot or in something that's flat and minimalist like the FiveFingers.
Now, a lot of the, obviously, in principle, the appearance and the way they look is counterintuitive in terms of what we're sold on a regular basis.
Yes.
How are these received? Because I think they're gaining in popularity, aren't they?
They are definitely gaining popularity. They're I guess they have this kind of Marmite effect. People either love them or love them or hate them. But there is a familiarity that kind of arises. I think once you've been exposed to the idea a few times, most people start to get intrigued and they want to try them on, see what they feel like. And normally that's the key to getting people into them. Is once they've tried them on, they feel that it actually feels quite nice. So back to the original sort of purpose for the shoes is just purely the sense that it feels relaxing and nice to wear them.
So if people want to find out where more information about them, where they want to buy them, where do they go?
Well, our website is primalifestyle.com, so obviously we've got a lot of different social media attached to that, but obviously, hopefully, through your site as well.
Yes, yeah. So that gets to the point, because I've been trying them for a long time, and because any products that we like and we recommend, we want you guys to be able to use them. So if I'm talking about FiveFinger shoes in a blog, which we have done in the past before, there'll be a few videos of me using them coming up on my YouTube channel, which you are now watching. You need to go to www.jhbodyfire.com to find out more about them and check them out. If you like this video, please comment. If you've got any questions for us or want to know more about the shoes, we can come back and answer them for you.
Absolutely.
Please rate them, please subscribe, share them. Try these out, you will love them for your functional work. We'll be back very soon.